As the legal battle surrounding Lil Durk intensifies, new footage has emerged, reportedly showing the rapper and his alleged hitman aboard a private jet. This video, now circulating online, has added a surprising twist to an already complicated case, Lil Durk facing federal charges that could result in a life sentence. Is accused of masterminding a murder-for-hire plot targeting rival rapper Quando Rondo. Lil Durk and his hitman tried to escape. Rapper Lil Durk, a key figure in the modern hip-hop scene, has been thrust into the spotlight for all the wrong reasons. Arrested on federal murder-for-hire charges, the artist allegedly masterminded a plot targeting rapper Quando Rondo as retaliation for the 2020 murder of his friend and collaborator King Bao. The murder-for-hire allegations stem from events that occurred 2 years after King Von's tragic death, which many believe Quando Rondo had ties to, according to an affidavit filed in federal court by FBI agent Sarah Corcoran. Lil Durk placed a bounty on Quando Rondo's life. The evidence included unnamed witness testimony and records showing flight tickets purchased using credit card cards linked to Lil Durk and his. Only the family OTF collected. The affidavit painted a chilling picture of premeditated revenge, with the rapper allegedly mobilizing resources within OTF to plan and execute the scheme. Authorities assert that the 2022 plot was a direct response to the pain and loss Lil Durk endured after King Von's death, a tragedy that remains a significant chapter in his life and career. Before his arrest, Lil Durk reportedly tried to flee the United States. Federal prosecutors detailed his elaborate efforts to outmaneuver investigators, claiming he booked multiple flights to confuse authorities. 2 commercial one-way tickets to Dubai and Switzerland were purchased, but never used. A third attempt involved a private jet bound for Italy, but FBI agents detained him at Miami's Opaka Executive Airport just an hour before the jet was scheduled to take off. Federal sources described the moves as calculated and aimed at evading federal jurisdiction. However, not everyone agrees with this narrative. Bradford Cohen, an attorney who has represented Kodak Black, questioned the validity of these claims. He suggested that the flights may have been booked as precautionary measures to check for warrants, rather than a genuine attempt to flee. Cohen also argued that fleeing to Switzerland or Italy, both of which have robust extradition agreements with the U.S., would not be a logical choice for someone attempting to evade prosecution. The drama extended beyond Lil Durk himself. On October 24, 5 men associated with OTF were arrested in Chicago in connection with the alleged murder-for-hire plot. The arrested individuals identified as Kevin London Grant, 28, known as Cuz or Vonnie; DeAndre Dantrell Wilson, 33, known as D. Keith Jones, 33, known as Flacca; David Brian Lindsay, 33, known as Brown; and Asa Houston, 36, known as Boogie. The men fought charges detailed in a 4-count federal grand jury indictment, with Jones also facing an additional charge for possession of a machine gun. They made their initial court appearances in Chicago and are expected to be arraigned in Los Angeles. Despite their alleged roles in the plot, attempts to escape arrest proved futile for these 5 men. A video circulated online showed the chaotic moments during their arrests, further adding to the sensationalism surrounding the case. If Lil Durk had successfully fled, his actions would have brought serious legal consequences. Under U.S. law, anyone fleeing prosecution is considered a fugitive, a designation that complicates their legal standing. One immediate consequence would have been extradition. Countries like Switzerland and Italy have strong extradition treaties with the United States, meaning Lil Durk could have been quickly returned to face charges. Additionally, fleeing would have nullified the statute of limitations for the crime, allowing authorities to pursue charges indefinitely. Perhaps most damaging, fleeing could have led to harsher sentencing. Judges often view such actions as an admission of guilt or lack of remorse, leading to reduced chances of leniency during sentencing. In this case, Lil Durk's reported attempts to flee may already be seen as damaging evidence, regardless of their intent. Before his arrest, Lil Durk's music and public statements hinted at his awareness of looming legal troubles. Fans have pointed to the eerie foresight displayed in his 2022 track, Federal Nightmares, which has surged in popularity following his indictment. The chorus of the track, with its haunting repetition, "Delete my iCloud if I think." They really on me, when trial come it ain't your phone it be your homie. He on the stand with his head down like he don't know me. It ain't no point in no getting lawyer if your homie told fans have called the lyrics a premonition of the rapper's current circumstances. With one ex-user commenting Lil Durk really predicted his own future with the song Federal Nightmares. The lyrics have sparked debate about whether Durk's art mirrors his life too closely, and whether his music inadvertently foreshadowed his downfall. Just weeks before his arrest, Lil Durk announced a significant milestone. His criminal record had been wiped clean on September 22nd. The rapper took to X, formerly Twitter, to share his joy over the expungement of his record, describing it as a second chance at life. Everybody should get second chances at life. It's about what you do with it. Alhamdulillah, my background wiped and clean of all cases. I ain't a felon anymore, he wrote, adding a heartfelt thanks to those who supported him. Durk's journey through the criminal justice system has been long and fraught with challenges. His legal troubles date back to 2011, when he served 3 months for a weapons charge. In 2013, he was arrested again for unlawful use of a weapon by a felon, leading to an 18-month probation sentence. These experiences shaped his music and public persona as an artist striving to rise above his past. His announcement about clearing his record marked a turning point, reflecting his desire to leave his troubled history behind. However, the timing of his indictment for the alleged murder-for-hire scheme has cast a shadow over these efforts, making it appear as though his second chance was short-lived. Meanwhile, the case against Lil Durk is further complicated by allegations of witness intimidation, according to the affidavit witnesses tied to the investigation, as well as their families have faced threats. Federal prosecutors chose to keep the identities of these witnesses confidential, citing serious safety concerns. Such allegations suggest an effort to obstruct justice, which could lead to additional charges. Witness tampering is a federal crime with severe penalties, and the involvement of threats only amplifies the seriousness of these claims. As Lil Durk and his associates await trial, the legal road ahead is daunting. The evidence outlined in the affidavit, including financial records, flight bookings, and witness testimony, presents a strong case for federal prosecutors. The trial Lil Durk and his hitman face. Chicago rapper Lil Durk faces a federal trial with grave implications. Accused of orchestrating a murder-for-hire plot, Banks stands at the center of a case involving allegations of interstate criminal conspiracy, firearm violations, and the tragic death of an innocent victim. Federal prosecutors, armed with extensive evidence, claim Banks used his position as leader of the rap collective Only the Family OTF to coordinate the violent retaliation that has now landed him in court. Banks, along with 5 alleged co-conspirators, Cav London, Grant DeAndre Dantrell, Wilson Keith Jones, David Brian Lindsay, and Asa Houston, faces multiple charges, including conspiracy to use interstate facilities to commit murder for hire, resulting in death, use of firearms, and furtherance of a crime of violence resulting in death, and possession of a machine gun. The defendants are accused of carrying out a coordinated plan to murder Quando Rondo, referred to in court documents as a rival to Banks. This feud is rooted in the 2020 murder of Banks' close associate and OTF member King Von. The indictment and supporting FBI affidavit detail how the plot was carried out. Prosecutors claim Banks offered a bounty on TB Quando Rondo, promising monetary rewards and music opportunities through OTF to those willing to take part. The plan was initiated in August 2022, when OTF associates learned that Quando Rondo was staying at a hotel in Los Angeles. Grant Wilson, Lindsay Houston Jones, and another unidentified individual, referred to as co-conspirator 2, traveled from Chicago to California on flights purchased using an OTF credit card. Grant allegedly rented a hotel room in Los Angeles for the group, procured vehicles, and purchased ski masks to conceal their identities during the operation. Surveillance footage captured their movements as they followed Quando Rondo across Los Angeles, using 2 vehicles, a white BMW and a white Infiniti with a fake license plate. On August 19, 2022, The conspirators tracked Quando Rondo to a gas station near the Beverly Center. 3 gunmen exited the Infinity and opened fire on Quando Rondo's vehicle instead of hitting their intended target. They struck and killed LPAB, Quando Rondo's family member, who was standing nearby. 18 shell casings were recovered from the scene. Surveillance footage showed the gunman fleeing the area in the Infinity. The BMW, believed to have been used to scout the area, departed shortly before the shooting. Later that day, the defendants regrouped at a hamburger restaurant in Los Angeles to discuss payment for the attack. Flights were then arranged for the group to return to Chicago again using an OTF-linked credit card. Prosecutors alleged that Wilson facilitated payments to Jones and Lindsay for their role in the shooting. Banks's involvement as the alleged mastermind of the plot forms the crux of the case. Court documents describe him as the leader of OTF, an organization that, while publicly positioned as a music collective, allegedly operates as a criminal enterprise. According to the FBI, OTF associates engage in violence including murder under Banks's direction to maintain status and control within the group. Evidence tying Banks, thanks to the plot, includes financial records showing that flights and hotel bookings for the conspirators were paid for using OTF funds, text messages from Banks advising his associates not to use names linked to him when booking flights, surveillance footage, and witness statements placing Banks in California at the time of the murder. In October 2024, federal agents executed search warrants in Chicago, apprehending Grant Wilson, Lindsey Jones, and Houston. Banks, however, was not among the initial arrests. Investigators later discovered that he had booked 3 international flights, a one-way ticket to Dubai, a one-way ticket to Switzerland, and a private jet to Italy. Banks was intercepted at Miami's Opaka Executive Airport just hours before his private jet was scheduled to depart. Prosecutors argue this was a calculated attempt to flee jurisdiction, while his defense team maintains that the bookings were precautionary measures to check for active warrants. The government's case is built on a substantial body of evidence, including financial transactions. The use of OTF credit cards to pay for flights, hotels, and other logistics ties the defendants to the plot. Surveillance footage videos capture the conspirators trailing Quando Rondo's vehicle across Los Angeles and fleeing the scene of the shooting. Communications, text messages between Banks and his associates provide evidence of coordination with Banks, reportedly advising on how to avoid detection. Witness testimonies, although identities are withheld for safety reasons, multiple witnesses have corroborated details of the conspiracy. If convicted, Banks and his co-defendants face life imprisonment. For Banks, the case is not just a legal battle, but a personal and professional reckoning. Known for his resilience and ability to channel personal struggles into his music, he recently celebrated having his criminal record expunged, a milestone he called a second chance at life. However, the weight of these charges threatens to overshadow that narrative. The trial will also test the durability of Banks' public persona. His lyrics often reflect the realities of his upbringing, blurring the lines between art and lived experience. Tracks like Federal Nightmares, with lyrics that eerily mirror his current legal troubles, have sparked debate about whether he foresaw his predicament or inadvertently admitted to his action. This trial raises broader questions about the intersection of fame, loyalty, and criminality in the hip-hop industry. While OTF has been celebrated as a vehicle for artistic expression, the allegations suggest a darker side to its operations. The case also highlights the challenges faced by artists like Banks.
You said that to Durk. What was his response to you?
He said, you know what? He said, somebody just came in my house. How do they know exactly what the address is? I don't give my address to nobody.
Who navigate the pressures of their past while building a public career for fans and critics alike. The trial is a pivotal moment. It will determine whether Banks can maintain his position as a leading figure in rap, or if his legacy will be defined by the allegations against him. Meanwhile, the plot thickens as whispers emerge of a potential betrayal within Lil Durk's inner circle. Speculation is rife that a member of OTF, possibly someone long trusted, has turned informant and provided critical evidence to federal authorities. Fans believe this alleged act of disloyalty may have been the catalyst for the intensified surveillance on Durk, ultimately leading to his arrest during his attempted flight. Ironically, the loyalty Durk once championed might be the very thing that has unraveled his defense inside threat against Lil Durk and his hitman. The recent indictment of Chicago rapper Lil Durk and his hitman has captivated fans and the hip-hop community alike, not just for its severity, but for the alleged betrayal lurking within his circle. The revelation that an informant believed to be a trusted member of Lil Durk's Only the Family OTF collective cooperated with federal authorities for years has added a layer of intrigue to the already high-profile case. The informant, widely speculated to be OTF Jam, reportedly gathered incriminating evidence against Lil Durk, directly linking him to a murder-for-hire plot targeting fellow rapper Quando Rondo, whose real name is Tequan Bowman. This betrayal has drawn significant attention and sparked heated discussions within the hip-hop community, especially given the tight-knit reputation of OTF. Though fans were surprised by the allegations of betrayal, Lil Durk himself appeared to anticipate trouble. His music has long hinted at themes of distrust and betrayal, and his recent actions further his weariness. Before his arrest, Lil Durk attempted to flee, booking multiple international flights, including one to Dubai and another to Switzerland. His decision to make these arrangements suggests he may have suspected someone close to him was cooperating with authorities. Rapper 50 Cent, no stranger to navigating dangerous entourages during his career, recently revealed advice he gave to Lil Durk about his crew. In an October 29th interview with The Breakfast Club, 50 Cent recounted their collaboration on the theme song for Power Book 44 set in Chicago. "I was like, yo, this is them just. Watch him, his crew," 50 Cent said, referring to the people around Durk. The veteran rapper shared how Lil Durk confided in him about a troubling incident in which someone mysteriously discovered his home address, despite his efforts to keep it private.
I heard somebody named OTF Jam. They said they've been calling him a rat. And basically he said, okay, I'm a rat. Well, watch this. That all this information that I know. Rat this, I'm gonna tell this, I'm gonna tell that.
50 Cent compared Durk's situation to his own past challenges, with entourages humorously adding, "Where were you at on Thursday at 3 o'clock? If you got pulled over and you're not in jail, why are you not in jail?" His comments reflect the inherent risks of trusting the wrong people in such high-stakes environments. The indictment documents do not explicitly name the informant, but widespread speculation points to OTF Jam. A longtime OTF member was released from prison in 2022 after serving 12 years for attempted murder. Reports suggest that shortly after his release, Jam began wearing a wire and cooperating with federal authorities, gathering evidence about Lil Durk and his alleged criminal activities. The information Jam provided reportedly includes planning and financial arrangements. Jam revealed how OTF credit cards were used to book flights and arrange logistics for co-conspirators traveling from Chicago to California. The indictment also cites a message from Durk instructing his associates to avoid booking flights under identifiable names, tracking movements. Jam provided details about how OTF associates track Quando Rondo's movements in Los Angeles. Overt acts. Jam's cooperation reportedly outlined key actions, such as the purchase of ski masks, rental of vehicles, and acquisition of firearms, including a fully automatic weapon. This information proved instrumental in building a strong case against Lil Durk and his alleged co-conspirators. The alleged betrayal by Jam has sent shock waves through the hip-hop community. Discussions on social media and interviews with notable figures have highlighted the complexities of loyalty and survival in such an environment. Chicago rapper King Yella claimed he heard Jam implicate Lil Durk in the murder of Quando Rondo's cousin LPO as part of the broader retaliation for King Von's death. On October 28th, a video posted on X featured a conversation between Trenches News and DJ Academics, where Trenches alleged that Jam's cooperation began after Lil Durk ignored calls for legal assistance from Jam's family. Trenches explained the fragile dynamics of loyalty in these circumstances. "If you participate in a crime you got to feed the killers, man, you got to feed them all. This commentary sheds light on how financial or emotional grievances can lead to fractures within such organization. Amid these revelations, a 2023 interview with OTF Jam has resurfaced, offering a glimpse into his relationship with Lil Durk before the fallout. Speaking with DJ Jerry Jam reminisced about the early days of their friendship that was brought it back before the fame and the money, he said, describing how Durk's music motivated him during his 12-year prison sentence. However, this nostalgic portrayal contrasts sharply with recent allegations. While Jam did not address his cooperation with authorities in the interview, his reflections highlight the complex personal dynamics that often intertwine with criminal accusations. OTF, formed by Lil Durk in 2010, rose to prominence as a key player in Chicago's drill music scene. Originally affiliated with French Montana's Coke Boys label, OTF later became independent and built a reputation for its gritty street-inspired music. However, prosecutors now describe OTF as a hybrid organization that blurred the lines between music and alleged criminal activity. They claimed the group operated as both a rap collective and a gang, engaging in violence and other illegal acts to maintain its influence. Lil Durk's case is not just about his legal fate. It's a story about loyalty, betrayal, and the precarious balance of power within organizations like OTF. The allegations against Jam reveal how internal dynamics can unravel even the most seemingly solid alliances. As the trial unfolds, it will undoubtedly become a defining moment for both Lil Durk and the hip-hop community. For now, the rapper's fate hangs in the balance, with the shadow of betrayal looming large over his legacy. What the future holds for Lil Durk and his hitman Lil Durk's legal challenges have escalated significantly, with the latest superseding indictment filed by federal prosecutors. The charges now include conspiracy, use of interstate facilities to commit murder for hire, resulting in death, and using, carrying, and discharging firearms, including a machine gun, in furtherance of a violent crime. If convicted, he faces a potential life sentence. The new indictment positions Durk as the lead defendant, adding him to a case that already implicates 5 co-defendants: Cav London, Grant DeAndre, Dantrell Wilson, Keith Jones, David Brian Lindsay, and Asa Houston. The gravity of these charges underscores the stakes, as Durk's trial date set for January 7, 2025